Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Keep saying a good morning, but I mean good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where you are in the world. Hope everybody's doing great today, Thursday morning. Whoops, it's Thursday. It is Thursday. I forgot to put my garbage out again. That's not a good thing. Well, after the stream, we're going to have to run and get the garbage outside before the man passes by. So we need to get some of that stinky stuff out of here. Hope everybody's doing well today, having a great week. Weekend's almost here. Time to kick back, relax, have some fun, enjoy yourselves, provided, of course, you're off. If you have to work, I do apologize, but I've been there before too. This morning, we're just going to do some cargo runs up over at Elite Dangerous. So what do you say we just go ahead and hop right on into it? Hey, Silver, how are you doing this morning, sir? Welcome in, welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, Silver Architect's one of my... Sorry, caught myself, almost said the wrong thing. One of my good friends. If you don't know who he is, please click that link or give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. Yeah, Silver, I caught myself. Somehow NF just came right to my mind and I caught myself before I said it. Don't ask me why. Haven't been there for 2 months. Then all of a sudden it just popped in and I almost did. But how are you doing this morning, sir? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. We got to find something worthwhile. See, we're in our type 6 today. Oh. Man, why does that not exactly look right? Why does that not look right? Let's see. 54 units of superconductors. No. We're not donating money to the cause. Doing good. Productive morning so far. Just figuring out the rest of the day. After some of the stuff I had going on yesterday, I really don't want to figure out the rest of my day because none of it's going to be very pretty. Not in the least bit. Okay, since we don't have any worthwhile runs here this morning, we are just going to go ahead and do a trade run. Let's see if we can get something at our other location. Let's see, we've got it bookmarked, so this will make it easier. It's only 4 little jumps, so we're going to go ahead and take care of it. But how's Elite Dangerous treating you, Silver? Oh, you're taking a break. You've been playing the Division. Taking a break after 36 hours over 2.5 days. Dang, man. Yeah, I think I kind of would be too. Really getting into it, huh? Especially for that length of time. Man, 36 hours for 2.5 days. That sounds like the way I used to be when new games would come out. And covered about 1 million light cycles. Light seconds. What am I thinking? Light cycles. Increase speed. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, great. Here we go. Here we go. Right at the sun, too. That's the worst part. So went old school with some division. Oh, you're playing the first one. First one was a lot better. You know, I never played, what was it? Their last DLC. It was Survival. I never played that one. I spent too much time in the underground though. I loved being in the underground. Watching our heat real quick. There we go. Yeah, doing the grind to 30, then all that opens up for me. Yeah, I love the first one. I participated in its beta, and when it first launched, man, they had a bad launch. We don't think that they were expecting that many people to want to play it, and the login servers kept crashing. I remember how bad it was. And then the game server started crashing. But it was so much better when they got it fixed, and that took about a week to 10 days. But they got it taken care of quick. Very quick. Yeah, I remember that. Hence why I left it out to play and enjoy it better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they learned their lessons from the first when they released the second. The second had a few bugs at release, but it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. All right, we're going to go to Jordan Landing. I think that's the only facility here. Got to be careful for the sun. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like every new game when they first release it. There's always all kinds of problems, server issues, login issues. But that one really hit bad because you'd be in the queue to log in and it would kick you out, or you couldn't connect at all, or you get into the game and get kicked out and have to sit in the queue again. Yeah. Sorry, just looking at my cam for a moment. It looks like it's tilted. It is. It's not sitting in its cradle right. I have to fix that later. I didn't realize it until just now. But you know, Silver, one day I'm going to have to reinstall that and go back into it with you. Actually, go back into it, period. Because I know there's still some things in the underground I haven't done yet. Are there still a lot of people who play it? Maybe go running around out in the dark zone for a while. Ah, thank you. Oh, I guess game sounds would be pretty nice too. Might make it a little bit more enjoyable if you could hear actually what's going on. Still the trolls in the dark zone? Yeah, well, I was one of those trolls in the dark zone. Yeah, first time I ventured in, I'd venture in, I'd go steal a couple things, hurry up, get it out of there, and then run out. And then I was going in there just for the kills real quick and then get out. Then I got to where I was purposely hunting other players. I'd go rogue agent. I remember one time I picked on this group of 4, and I was on the roof of a building, and every time they tried climbing up the ladder to get to me, I'd shoot them off of it. I'd wait for them to get almost to the top, and that's when I'd pop them. I was nasty. I was ruthless. And they kept coming back after me, and I'd still be sitting there on top of that building. They'd be trying to lob grenades up there, and they'd barely make it to the top. Just been trying to get out the gear and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. That was another thing we used to do. We'd wait for the flares to go up and then immediately start charging over there to try to take those players out to keep them from getting their gear out. Yeah, we were jerks. But it was fun. It was fun. Boy, we'd be getting cussed at. Whenever they went to go hang their bags up, that's when we started shooting them. To me, a lot different. Yeah, Division 2 is a lot different. It was a lot different. Division 2 is good in its own right, but the first division was it. Okay, slow down. Slow down. That's right. Where are the braking thrusters? Either somebody's landing or somebody's about to take off. And more than likely, yeah, that ship there is the one going right to my pad, pad 3. Come on. Hey, Dilly. Dilly, my friend, thank you very much for the host. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I know, denied because they're still sitting on the pad. At least go into the station. Yeah, I've been soloing a fair bit. It's been a bit harder than with friends. Soloing in the dark zone always is bad. It is hard. Because you never know exactly when you're going to get jumped by somebody who decides they're going to be friendly 1 minute and then shoot you in the back the next and go rogue. Either get him off the pad or let me land on top of him. Oh, there he goes. Now he's finally taking off. Oh, come on. There, he's taken off. Now, let me dock. About time. Mm. Imfried, thank you very much for the host, sir. How are you doing this morning? Hope you're doing well. Exactly, not so. Been in Dark Zone for the past 2 days, just concentrating on the missions and encounters. Yeah. You need to start waiting until you get better gear before you go in. But I remember that people used to keep low level gears to lower their gear score at the time. And I know they've changed the step levels since then, but yeah, we were bad about keeping low level gear so we could put it on, lower our gear score, and go in and kill all the new players. That's what trying to figure it out. Yeah, they changed it 3 or 4 times from when it first came out, so it's kind of strange. But we used to pick on all the new players. We'd wait for them to start going out and doing things, and then we'd jump on them and massacre them. And I should have felt bad, but I didn't. Kind of like Eve. I didn't feel bad about blowing somebody up. Doing good this morning. How? I am doing great this morning, sir. Thank you for asking. We're just here making a little bit of money. Money's fluctuating just a little bit here. Let's see, 1.3 million credits profit. That's not too bad. Let's see what missions they have. Maybe they got something going the other way. I know which one I want. I know what I want. I want a Federation. And they're probably not going to have one right here. Nope. Nope. All right, no Federation missions. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'll take them. We are going to Frog. Right. Going to Frog. Interesting name. Just a single jump. Not bad. Okay. But yes, sir, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, Imfried. How are you? How's Miss Imfried doing this morning? Hope she's doing a lot better. We're just kicking back, having a nice, relaxing morning, doing some cargo runs, doing a little bit of trading. We made 7.6 million off our expiration yesterday. So that's pretty good. We did pretty good with that. That was some good money. She's still sleeping, so she's doing good so far. Good, good. Let's see. It looks like this system's in anarchy, and we're going to a orbiting station somewhere. No planets. Sorry, just watching the heat level for a minute. I've had the Super Cruise Assist guide me right across the corona of the sun to where I heated up pretty good. That one was a bad one. That was my fault. I should have engaged it that close after seeing where our target destination was. I didn't blow up that time. A lot of my modules took some serious damage, though. So have y'all got any big plans for the weekend? Y'all just going to kick back, relax, and enjoy yourselves? We're coming in nice and easy. Pretty fair bit of money for a small jump. Yeah, I know. They're in a hurry for their polymers. I have some stuff to do around the house. Otherwise, just buying a toolbox for my tools for work so I don't have to carry my heavy bag around. I'm going to work on the studio some. Got some things I need to do outside. And I need to go clean up my garage. My garage is a disaster. I haven't touched it in about 6 months. I went out the other day looking for something and realized the last project I had, I never really picked anything up. So I still got sawdust and piece of wood and hammer and nails all laying around. And it's like, that's, that's unlike me. Because most of the time I keep my garage area clean. All right. Hey, Imfrey, thank you very much for the 5 bits, sir. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Did I not? I did not pick up the crap. Okay, well, that's one way to start the day. All right. Well, we're just gonna have to go back over there then. That was that was bad. That's a sign of how my day today is going to be. That is going to be a sign of how my day is going to be. I'll suffer through some ads. It means I can support a good friend like you. Ah, thank you very much, Impreed. I greatly appreciate it. I do. I, I, yeah, this is a sign of how today's going to go. I came to the destination station and I never picked up the cargo. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that is so bad. It's kind of like us when we go grocery shopping at Walmart and we have to go grocery shopping there because our little small local town, when we go to Walmart and spend $120 worth of groceries, our little local store here, that would have cost us about 200. So it's so bad when you go up over there, you buy your groceries, you get home, you unpack everything, and the one item you actually went to Walmart for, you forgot to buy because you bought everything else. I do that. My wife always slaps me because I come home with all this other stuff. Wasn't necessary. But she can't talk. She's done that before too. An OAP moment. She's gone to the grocery store. She's overspent one time $320 worth of groceries, just food at Walmart. And she didn't buy most of the things that she actually went there to go get. She forgot about them. That happens when you're as old as you are. Well, gee, thanks, Ipri. Thank you. Thank you. That's when we had to go to our little local grocery store and end up buying and paying their prices. When a 14-pound 14-pound bag of dog food is 12, $13, and here it's 18. Yeah, it's 98 now, not old, ancient. I am not ancient. I am not 98. But thank you very much. Quit listening to Arik. Okay. Arik said Betty White was 99, I was 98, and that night he decided to fire back at Jibby and said he was 97. Man. Okay. I'm old. I'm 53. Okay. You don't have to add 35 more years to my life. Not 35, 45. God, I can't even do simple math this morning. I can't even do simple math. 35 would have made me 88. Art can't say much. He's right behind y'all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. He really is. I hope he hurries up and gets his PC fixed. We need to get him back online so that we can aggravate him just like he did us. Yeah. Boy, those pictures he sent us that morning. Wow. Wow. That's all I could say is they really got my attention. Well, what should have been a nice, simple little cargo run has turned into a bit of a nightmare after I left everything behind. Hopefully, docking here won't be like the parking lots at Christmas time where you can't get a space anywhere. Well, that was before COVID. But we're coming in nice and easy and, oh, come on, really? Okay, we're on manual flight controls now. You had to say it. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, I've been missing him. I have no one to watch at lunch once I'm able to catch Jimmy. Well, you may be in luck shortly. You might be in luck shortly. He is about to do a schedule change. Yeah, I cursed myself by saying something about it. That's all it was. I cursed myself. I should have known that was going to happen. I should have known. Get a little bit closer to range. Hey, we didn't have to wait this time. Now remember, I work third shift. My lunch is 1 a.m. That's true. That's going to be a bit of a problem. I know I'm thinking of changing mine just a little bit. Instead of starting at 5 a.m., I'm actually thinking of moving it back to 3 or 4. But right now, still just thinking about it. Not completely sure on that one yet. He was talking about it. He was talking about it. All right, so let's pick this stuff up that we left behind. Boy, if this agent looks at me and shakes his head, I'm just going to slap him. All right, here we go. Back to Frog. Wasn't quite what I meant to do, but okay. Open Galaxy Map. There we go. Hey, Hillbilly. Welcome in, sir. How are you doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another good friend of the stream, Mr. Hillbilly 359. If you don't know who he is, please click that link over, give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on, and Astro sent you over. So I'd be able to catch you before going to work then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm doing pretty good this morning. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Okay, we got that taken care of. Excuse me just one moment, folks. Okay, I apologize about that. I think you might want to see that. All right. Oh, really? Now we're really at the sun. This is not a good place for this. Mother. Yeah, I can see it now. I'm going to burn up here. At the sun. Really? At the sun. Showing his age, forgetting to load his cargo he was supposed to deliver. Hey, it was an accident. It was an accident. Had a important PM. Uh-oh, Mavericks in a flat screen heading out to sea. Hey, Bainstorm, how are you doing this morning? Welcome in, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another great friend of the stream, great friend of mine, Mr. Bainstorm. If you don't know who he is, please click that link over, give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. How are you doing this morning, sir? Hope you're doing well. Pre-menopause? Really? Wow. Wow. No, in that case, I was in a flat spin, but I was going to go into the sun. It was going to get bright. We were all going to get great suntans before we all burst into flames. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You know, Bane, every time I come to your stream, sir, I hear your voice. I still think of my buddy who lives down in Oklahoma because you sound so much like him. You really do. I mean, if I closed my eyes, I wouldn't be able to tell you two apart just by listening to your voices. The thing is, your laughs almost identical. He just recently changed his name, I think, and okay. So take over. Man, you got to go check him out. He goes by Alpha Dragon Gaming. You really need to go watch his VODs because he sounds so much like you. So much. I had been gaming with him since 2006, 2007. So, yeah. Well, better go wake up Miss Imfried so she can take her meds. All right, Imfried. Yes, sir. And please tell Miss Imfried, Miss Imfried, I said good morning. We're just having a nice, gentle, easy morning this morning, other than forgetting cargo everywhere. And, well, when people getting legs in this game, from my understanding, in April. At least the PC will. Console is supposed to be sometime later on this year. Oh, let's see. Let's see. I want a... Nope, not getting one. No Federation. So let's see what we got. Can't do mining. 163 lithium. Can't carry that. I carry 96. Oh, I need a wing for that. That's gonna be in. That's gonna be combat. That's gonna be a lot of combat. We can go back to Nasperilli for 2 units of food. 86 fish, 24 meat. See, I really need to go get my eyes checked because I could have sworn that said 29 units. There's the 2,978. Wow, I really overlooked that one. Um, we're going to grab this one. And the worst thing is that I just got my eyes checked not that long ago and got new glasses. I did that in December when my internet was down and I couldn't do anything. So how did I overlook, that? Because that was a big number difference. That was a big number difference. Huge difference. 29 to almost 3,000. I do not know. I do not know. But at least one thing. Hey, I forgot the cargo, but at least I haven't slammed it to a planet or the station yet. At least something's going good for us. But the day's not over, so there's no telling what may actually happen. Oh, yes. He just jinxed himself like forgetting the cargo or getting interdicted. I can't help it about getting interdicted. As far as forgetting the cargo, okay, I'm human. I made a mistake. It's all good. Oh, and Silver, you can't say that you haven't forgotten to take part of a cargo load somewhere. You can't say you haven't. I'm sure you have, or at least some aspect of cargo somewhere. See, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. Nah, I forget to accept the quest instead. Okay, Nancy, you can't talk then. You cannot talk. If you're forgetting to accept the mission, that's about as bad as forgetting the cargo. So, I mean, it's I did that once off stream. Thought I accepted the quest, the mission. It was informational run, so there was no cargo. So I went to navigation, pulled up the map, set up my destination, and flew up over there, got to the system, and then realized I never picked it up. And I had to fly back. It was 6 jumps. I was just sitting there laughing, shaking my head, going, I can't believe I did that. That was absolutely stupid. That was so stupid. The worst part is I was calling myself stupid. My wife was standing up over there just looking at me going, shaking her head going, yeah, he is stupid because he's sitting over there talking to himself about a video game. Similar here, but mine was 22 jumps, 11 there and 11 back. But see, my wife can't talk though, because she likes doing her little arts and crafts, so she talks to herself while scrapbooking. She talks to herself while she does her needlepoint. Yeah, she does all that. Keeps her busy, keeps her entertained. We all have our own little quirks. Now, when I'm working on somebody's computer or working on a laptop to resell, I talk to myself to make sure I remember to put the screws back. Because it's always bad when you're putting something back together and you got leftover parts that you shouldn't have. Yes, I've done that. And I'm looking at them going, where'd that part go? And then I have to take everything apart to find out where it went. My mother one time took apart an oscillating fan to clean it because it was making noise, and she oiled it. And when she put it back together, she had 5 parts left over. Not 1 or 2, 5. And 5 big parts. And she called me up because it was making noise. And I walked over there, she turned it on, and I thought the thing was going to blow up. I asked her what happened, and she told me. And then she showed me the leftover parts. And she goes, do you think these things matter? It's like, if they were part of it, yeah. One of them was some kind of brace or something. And it was just... So I took her tools away to make sure she couldn't do anything like that again. My mom also went to work one day, and I got home and I noticed this woman walking down the street. She was wearing this little somebody said my pad, okay. And she was walking down the street, and these guys were driving by, blowing their horn, I guess thinking she was a hooker. And my thought was, well, where I lived in Baton Rouge, it was a major highway, so we always had the prostitutes walking up and down the street. I didn't think anything of it. And as she started getting closer, I started realizing my dog was jumping up and down because he recognized her. And she walked in the yard and she looked at me. She goes, you saw me walking about a mile down the road and you didn't come pick me up in the truck. I was like, I didn't know it was you. Apparently her truck had, she described it as the little red light that looked like a can on her dashboard came up. And her engine started chugging and she was able to pull into the school that was closed for the afternoon and park it. And she tried calling on the phone and she couldn't get me because I was outside. So she walked home about 3 miles away. So she went in the house, she changed clothes, went to her truck. She popped the hood. I opened it up. I'm looking at it. It smells bad, really overheated. I'll pull out the dipstick and it's all milky white colored. And it starts flowing out the end of the little tube. And she goes, is that bad? And I closed her hood. I walked up to a rose bush they had there, picked off one of the flowers and put it on top of the hood. And she goes, that's not funny. It wasn't meant to be. She blew her head gasket. Asked her how long that little red can light was staying on. And she goes, "Oh, it's been on for about 3 or 4 months." I was just standing there looking at it going, "How long?" She goes, "Yeah, 3 or 4 months." Now, she hadn't put oil in her vehicle for 3 to 4 months. And yeah, she thought it was going to be a cheap, easy fix of, you know, taking this, filing this down, replacing this part. She goes, "It'll be about $500." I told her, "Not this engine." She's like, "Why?" I told her about how much it would cost. And she goes, "Can you call around to see?" It's like, "I'll find out." I made a deal with one of our mechanics because I worked in the parts department of an auto dealership that he would do the work and I'd pay him cash for it. We just had to get the engine. And I called around and I was using the dealership name for the price and I was going to pay cash for it. So there was no underdealings, no markup, no nothing. And son of a, I did it again. I did it again. Wow. I did it again. Great. And I called around and I told my mom how much the price was, and she just about freaked out. That the lowest price I could find for her rebuilt engine was about $2,500. And she goes, 2,500? She goes, "How much is a new one?" And I said 6,000. She's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, I checked on that price too." She goes, "Well, why'd you do that?" It's like, "Because I know you." It happens to us once a week, never twice in one stream. Gee, thanks, Silver. Thanks. Third time's the charm. I waited, it's Leo, so it'll be the fourth. It was an accident. That's all it was. It was just an accident. More like seventh. And my mom was freaking out about the price of the engine. So while she was freaking out about the price of the engine, I went ahead and bought the thing without telling her. We had already had her vehicle towed up over to our dealership. Excuse me. And the mechanic was going to work on Saturday to pull out the old one, put the new one in. He was going to drain the fluids, clean it up, and I was going to take it back Monday morning for the core. And had her brought up to the dealership Monday to give her back her vehicle. And she didn't know what was going on. She just knew that I took her vehicle. And she went up to the mechanic and she started smiling and laughing and carrying on with him and crying. And she was so happy. And he just looked at me. It's like, yeah, she doesn't know that, you know, I paid for it. She still thinks she owes about $3,000 on it. And the best thing, we don't need to pick on you. You're doing it yourself. What more can I say? What more can I say? I mean, I did it. Nobody else did. Y'all are all watching me here, so it's not like I could deny doing it. The only thing I could be thankful for is I don't have 1,000 people in here watching me screw up that bad. Now that would be priceless. No, no, absolutely not. No, no, can't do that, Silver. Nope. Oh no, oh no. I'd never be able to turn my stream back on again for that. I'd be too humiliated. I'd just be too humiliated. We need a clip montage of Leo forgetting his loads. No, we don't. No, we don't. There's enough clips of me going around doing things. No, no, we don't need that. There's not that many of them. I think that's the third time I've done it. Unfortunately, twice in one stream. I mean, it was just clips would turn it into a 20-minute movie. Twitch's funniest moments of the week. They're all Astroglide forgetting his cargo. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this stream has been brought to you by Elite Dangerous. As a public service announcement, please do not forget your cargo when you take off from the stations. Don't forget to load your. Yeah. And it was only 2 items. That's the worst part. It was only 2 items. Oh, come on. We got to have something else going back in that direction, too. Oh, we'll take it. Assassination. No. No SRVs. Not going to do a planetary landing this morning. $81,000 for delivering 8 units of liquor. I'll take them. Okay. Now, before we leave, we are going to make sure we got our 8 units of liquor. We've got our 2 units of whatever. Please recheck your missions, but if name Leo, triple check, please. Thank you. oh. Yeah. It would be expensive. I know. I know. Like I said, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Hey, say, I. What would you like for me to say? I mean, I can't. I can't. I'm just. I mean, come on, Bane. I know while playing Farm Sim, you've taken, you know, your seeder out somewhere, forgot to put in seeds, your fertilizer, things like that. So I know you've done it at least once sometime. Are you sure you took it? Because you sure looked empty to me. And y'all are going to make me come up over here and. Um, Wait a minute now. I'm supposed to have 2 units of food, but I've got 8 units of liquor. I picked it up. I'm sure I picked it up. Look, I'm not crazy. Okay, well, maybe I am a little bit. Hey, y'all can't say anything. I didn't jump out of the system. But I went to it. I picked it up. I know I did. Did I not accept it? I know. I mean, I know I clicked it. I saw 2 of 2. Oh boy. A little crazy. That's the understatement of the year. I think it's time to go back to bed for a while. Welcome to Elite Dangerous, where the commander screws up on every mission. If this stuff is still here. Son of a. Well, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whole stream Leo's forgetting his loads. Yep. Vince Bro, it's happening to me more and more. It happened. I'm not saying anything. I'm not. I can't. I can't. I can't. Are you sure you're not 98? No, I am not 98, but right now I probably feel like I'm about 198. But do not tell that to Ark. But I did not jump out of the system. I did not jump out of the system. I did come over here and look. And see, there's my 2 food cartridges. There's my 8 bottles of liquor. So I'm good. I'm good for the moment until I pick up the next round. I I I don't know what to say. I really don't. That was a bad error. I mean, I must have clicked them and just never fully picked them up. But I remember clicking them. I do remember clicking them. I may not remember much, but I do remember clicking them. It was a bad error. It was a, never mind. I can't say it's an accident anymore. Excuse me. I'm old. My mind's slipping. Yeah, that's my excuse. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I have to go with that. I don't know what else to say. What's in that cup? Just water. Right now, I'm kind of wishing it was something else. You know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of early for vodka or anything else, but, well, you never know. You sure? You know what they say? The best way to beat a hangover if you've been drinking all night is the next morning you just keep right on drinking. Bad part is that eventually you do have to stop. With his memory, you never know. Then why does vodka and orange juice taste so good? It's the breakfast of champions. It's the breakfast food. Man, don't tempt me because I'll go in the kitchen right now and fix me one. Especially when this morning's going. I've got vodka chilled. I've got my bottle of Jack in there. I've got Crown Royal. I've got Southern Comfort. It's oh yes, and a refrigerator, mini fridge full of beer. Oh, now Leo, just remember, love you, buddy. Don't check the clip I made. Oh boy. Oh boy. And you see, y'all threw me off because y'all were talking about making a movie of the clips of me forgetting my cargo. And yeah, so I blame y'all. Yeah, that sounds good. If I have to deflect, I'm going to blame them. All right, we're on manual. Hey, I got the first minute. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, I'm afraid I don't think you'll have 30 minutes of it, but you could try. I would say I'm not going to do that again the rest of the day, but as sure enough, if I say that, I will do it. So I'm not. I'm not going to curse it. I'm not. And I can't believe I did that 3 times. I cannot believe I did that 3 times. In a row. Gee, thanks, Bane. And with friends like you guys, we all know that would be a lie, and Father Time isn't supposed to lie. Let's see. Would I prefer to be called Father Time or Santa Claus? Yes, Bane. 3 times in a row. In a row. I am. I'm taking an hour just for him to finally deliver the load. It pretty much has taken that long, hadn't it? Oh, let's see. It's all right, man. The last half hour, I've walked into the same room 3 times to get something. Can't remember for the life of me what it was. I've done that before. I have gotten up to go to the bathroom, been distracted by the phone, went in the kitchen, made myself a sandwich, came and sat down, and forgot that I had gotten up to go to the bathroom and never did. That's bad. It was coffee. I've had my wife fix supper before, and I went to go fix my plate. And I fixed my plate and sat down and was eating. And she just looked at me. She goes, "Did you get a biscuit? No vegetables?" And it's like, I didn't see any. She had them sitting right by the main meal, the main entree on the counter, and I never saw them, any of them. I just completely overlooked them. I've turned on the kitchen sink, forgot I turned it on, took the dogs outside, walked back in the house 10 minutes later, and the sink was still running. Luckily, it wasn't stopped up and the water just flowed down the drain, but that was 10 minutes of the water running for nothing. Oh, now see, that was just missed opportunity. And see, I'm saying that about the water. Ooh. My wife has done that also about the water, where she has turned it on and has failed to turn it off. She's turned it on right in front of me and walked off and left the water running. And I'm standing there looking at her. And she's like, what? So finally I had to ask her, you going to turn the water off or what'd you turn it on for? She's like, I didn't turn on the hot water. I'm like, yeah, you did. I just watched you. You call that a morning? Your coffee needs coffee? Could have told her the main course looked so good and you couldn't wait to get into it. You butter her up. Man, I don't know what's been going on with her. Lately, she's been burning everything. She fixed something with chicken the other night. She undercooked it. I've toiled with the idea of getting a Keurig. I do. Sitting right there. Yeah, I took a bite of my chicken, said something about it didn't look right. I looked down at it. It was still pink inside, so I had to run in there and tell her not to eat hers. So I had to take him back in the kitchen and throw him back in the pan for a while. Hey, Slow Swede. I'm doing good. How are you today? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. But I realize going up and down the stairs is the only exercise I get now. Man, I can't even do that. I can't do that. My legs, the arthritis. I can't go upstairs for fear that I go up there and I won't be able to come back down. The last time I slept in bed upstairs, had an arthritis flare up in both legs, and it took me about 20 minutes to come down the stairs. So my exercise is staying downstairs and being outside. And most of that is me going outside with the dogs and throwing sticks, throwing balls for them to go get. Except for Penny, she likes her frisbee. Hey, that is good to hear, Miss Imfried. I am glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. Really am. Go ahead, Silver. Go ahead and tell him. 3 times I forgot to pick up the cargo that I was contracted to, flew to the destination location on 2 of them, got there and realized I didn't have it. One of them, I left the station, turned around and went back after just verifying that I didn't have it. So yes, I'm guilty of it. I am guilty. Leave it to me. You know, if I didn't do it on stream and I just told you guys, you'd laugh, you'd say, yeah, right, ha ha ha. But this time you actually saw me doing it. So I can't say, hey, it didn't happen because I've got a lot of witnesses to it. And courtesy of Imfried, now I have clips of it as well. Oh, I hope Ark doesn't see that. I hope Ark doesn't see that clip. Wait a minute. You didn't make the clip of me forgetting the cargo. You made the clip of me saying I was 198. I said I felt like sometimes I was 198. Oh man, Ark's gonna take that thing and run with it. Oh dude, Inbreed. Infreed, what am I going to do with you, man? What am I going to do with you? Oh, God. Yeah, y'all send that to Ark, and I really will never hear the end of it. I never will. Kind of like that day he put on makeup, wig, a red dress, and gave himself a little belly and said he was pregnant with twins. One of them was Corb's and one of them was mine. And I was laughing in his stream going, no, I'd remember that. Not often I could say I probably slept with a bearded lady. But I love the day he put on the pink tutu and leggings. And every hour on the hour, he got up and sang Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. And after his stream was over, he got the leggings too small that he had to get a pair of scissors to cut himself out of them because he couldn't get them off. And they were killing him. He swore he would never wear that again. Kind of like me with the Bo Peep outfit. Okay, I put it on. It was too tight, too short, and was cutting me just underneath my ribs. I had a red ring under my ribs for about a month and a half because it was so rough. But I kept it on. We were doing a COD tournament with Red Dirt and Bodie, the yacht club. Bodie was dressed as a shepherd and Jimmy was dressed as a sheep. So I was Bo Peep. Still have never understood how I got selected to put on the dress. And I still got it. Don't know why, but I still got it. It was so small that we couldn't zip up the back. It was held closed with safety pins. And I had my little bonnet on. We were going around killing people in a tournament dressed like that. I could just imagine the looks on their faces when they were killed by us, went to go check out our streams and realized how we were all dressed. But it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Link sent to him in Discord. Oh, Imfried. Wow. Oh, so I'll be expecting a comment from Ark later today. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Only got one thing to say, Imfried. You can tell Miss Imfried I'll be getting in touch with her for your address very shortly. Very shortly. I hear something from Arik. You're getting something in the mail. One of my special little patented gifts that comes straight from my heart and Amazon. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We are going to have such fun. We're going to have such fun. So think about it, Imfried. Think about it, man. Is the link actually worth it? And they say, me, I'd do it anyway. I'd go ahead and send the link anyway. Say, to hell with the threat. I can live with it. But you know some of the gifts that I send out. Yep. My Amazon suggested wish list or shopping list. It's not for the faint of heart. Microwave cooling houses. Nah, we'll take the money. We will take the money. Where is this one going to? This one is going to... I'm not even going to try to say that. Chinicollo? Let's see if we got something else going that way. There's a frog. Planetary frog. They want. Send it to Jimmy and post it at my Discord server. All right, Imfried. You can tell Miss Imfried that I will be in contact with her later on this morning. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, we will. And we're going to finish this one. We're going to do some trade runs. Yeah, 10.15. I could do that in one jump. Yep. I could do that in one jump. But yeah, I'll be asking her for your address just so I can send you something. We'll call it an appreciation gift. A no holds barred appreciation gift. Cool. I'll open it up on stream. Not some of the gifts I send you can't. But I think I can find something for you. So tell me, do you like light up fidget spinners? Because I'm quite sure you can ask Red and DC and Bodie what they think of theirs. Yep. You love them? Well, good, good. Good. Oh, by the way, they also have interchangeable emoji faces in the center of them, too. Oh, boy. Just remember, Fried, you asked for it. You asked for it. I'm just gonna oblige. That's all I'm gonna do. I am just going to oblige. By the way, stream won't see anything. I don't have a cam. Oh, okay. That's fine then. That's fine. Thought you had a cam and some of the things I send, you could not open on stream. You couldn't. Some items I sent are questionable at best. But yeah. All right, homie. Have a great stream this morning. All right, Bane, you take it easy, sir. Have yourself a great day, and I'll be watching you in just a little bit. Thanks for stopping in, sir. Boy, boy, boy. You know, forgetting all the cargo should have been a Friday morning kind of thing, or a Monday morning, not quite a Thursday. Can't believe I did it, and I can't believe I did it 3 times on top of that, and 3 times in a row. That was just bad. That really was. And I know my wife's going to ask me, like she does every morning, well, how'd your stream go this morning? Well, it's kind of bad. All right, they're going for the pad. Sometimes we should be able to race for the pads to see who can land first. All the reason I sent it to Jimmy was so I knew the proper channel is Discord. Gee, thanks, Imfried. Thank you. Okay, I don't see anybody. Okay, the lights went off. They lit back up. There they are, finally. Oh. Didn't want his mod to delete it because it was in the wrong channel. No, that still might accidentally happen. Oops, I wonder how that occurred. Somebody was being a bad boy. You see, sending it to Ark was bad enough because Ark will then take it and put it on Twitter and spread it around and make memes out of it. And it's going to be interesting to see exactly what he does. Yeah, the mod's name is, yeah. Yeah, you got to watch that Leo character. He's kind of, he's kind of mean. He's strict. He's very strict. He's very strict. I heard he was a total jerk. Hey, good morning, Miss Imfried. Miss Imfried, I'm going to have to send you a message later on this morning to get your address so I can send your husband a very special gift. One that I'm going to carefully select just for him. What's this, about 198? That's the reason why he's going to get a special gift. But enjoys leaving his loads at stations instead of delivering them. You know, I think y'all are forgetting the part of it was an accident, because that's kind of a big thing. Ooh. Now they want a bit too much for it. So we are going to go galaxy map. 57.69 light years. Three times, no accident when it's me. Wow. I've been half listening, don't have enough coffee yet to join the conversation. It's okay. I understand. I understand. Do I get more gifts if I send it to more people or share it more Discord? No, Imfried, you don't get more gifts like that. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't. I don't. Okay, because I have like 10 more I can share, man. No, Imfried. No. No. Bad boy. Carry on, I would. Hey, see, the key thing is If I had a clip like that, I wouldn't ask. I'd just do it. Why? Because it's me. People expect it of me. People always expect it of me. It's the reason why I always get in trouble for things I don't do. And believe me, I do always get in trouble for things I don't do. Heck, the dogs do things and I get blamed for them in the house. Wife accuses me of blaming the dogs for it. It's like, but they did. My dogs wouldn't do that. They're too sweet. Who's to say I haven't or that I was asking for permission? Oh boy. Oh boy. It's getting deep this morning, guys. It's getting deep this morning, everybody. Oh, the abuse is just coming out from everybody. Let's see. Here we are at Darien. Let's see. We are going to Wedge Camp. Let's see how close we are. All right. That's where we are. And Arik's not here. Does it help to know Imfried has a birthday coming up? Why, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It might. It very well might. We'll have to have him a special gift just for that. Another one selected especially for him. Ooh, February 6th. How old you going to be? 95? Well, since everybody else is adding ages onto mine. What is this? I love it when my wife walks in here and she just puts something on my desk and I have no idea what it is. Oh, you're going to be 30. Ah, okay. Oh, you're still young. You're still young. Mm-hmm. Glad yours has gone by already. The way I look at my birthday, it's just another day of the year. That's all it is. My wife walks by. She says, "Happy birthday." I grumble at her. She says, "You're welcome," kisses me, and walks off. Then she very politely reminds me how old I really am. Way younger than you. Yep. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's okay. Her birthday, I kind of go all out. She normally leaves for a little bit. When she comes back, I got balloons and banners all throughout the dining room. She calls me a few choice names. Says it's not polite because she's an older lady. She doesn't like celebrating her birthday. She doesn't like remembering what day it is. And she goes around and she pops all the balloons. Then she looks at me, smiles, and feels better. So 6 days ago, I just level up. Well, happy belated birthday, Silver. Happy belated birthday, sir. Yep. As my wife puts it, like I told her, you know, your age is just a number. How young at heart you really are. That's where your true age is. I like to joke around. I like to play around. So technically, I'm a kid at heart. My wife laughs because I will still sit down and watch cartoons sometimes. She likes watching, reruns from the 50s, 60s, and 70s on TV. So it's like, and no, she wasn't alive back in the 50s. She's my age. Sometimes it's the older programs just are. Sometimes the older programs are just better. We enjoy them more. Okay, we're going to buy a crap ton of bauxite. And we are going to take it to... Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Can't do it in one jump. But that's how you determine your true age. Now, some days you might feel a little bit older than your real age, but as long as you're young at heart, that's all that matters. I remember I was 24 and my mother was dating some guy. I had never met him. And finally, one day she asked me if it would be okay if she married him, because he had asked. I told her I'd prefer to meet him first, and then she told me that there was something about him that I needed to know. I was like, what? My first thought is he's got 6 kids, he's married, he's a deadbeat. And all of a sudden she goes, he's 6 months younger than I am. Like, wow. Sounds like Miss Imfree, she won't let me do anything for her birthday. My wife won't. That's the reason why I sneak it in. And I met the guy. He was really nice. You could tell that he was really nervous about meeting me because I was kind of giving him the once over in the 3rd degree. And the fact that, I was 6 months older than he was and my mother wanted to marry him. And finally, after meeting him for dinner one night, we ended up talking for a good couple hours. I just looked at her and asked her if she was in love. She said, yeah. I looked at him and asked, are you in love with her? It's like, yeah. It's like, you treat her wrong, I'm going to hurt you. He's like, I could agree to that. It's like, okay. And I just looked at her and she was shocked. I think she was waiting for me to argue that no, I didn't agree with it. She made him happy. He made her happy. That's all that mattered. They were they were a real good fit for each other. They really were. Away from that sun a little bit. Our heat's still increasing. We've got to be careful. Two, one. I mean, kind of like maturity level. I have met some 16 and 17-year-olds that were more mature than 30, 40s, and 50s. I don't like to celebrate mine because of bad memories. I do understand that, Miss Sinfried. I do understand that. Because believe me, there are a lot of dates I would like to forget about for some extremely bad memories. My grandmother never liked celebrating her birthday because that was the day that JFK was shot. My aunt never liked celebrating her birthday because that was the day my grandfather passed away. And amazingly, 3 years later, she passed away on his birthday. I realized last year that the day after my birthday, actually, I'm sorry, a month and a day before my birthday, I was 1 day older than my mother was when she passed. Come on, come on. Let me. I spent my 23rd birthday at my aunt's funeral. My dad's wife made sure to make that day hell. Oh, Miss Imfried, I am so sorry. Yeah, our family just finally got to where we just stopped celebrating birthdays. We just tell somebody happy birthday, buy them a card, that was it. I'm sorry. After my grandma passed, that was a month after I moved up here to Kansas. My aunt did everything that she could to make sure that I couldn't get back home for my grandma's funeral. And then I found out why. She wanted everything for herself. After that, I stopped celebrating it. Yes, ma'am, I can understand that. At the funeral, she wanted to know why everything was all about her. Why was I doing it to her? Not my grandmother, her. And I remember I had one of my female friends who I knew I was expecting trouble. She went up there with me and she went up to my aunt and told her that she would slap her right there in the funeral home in front of everybody if she didn't calm down. She then proceeded to tell everybody exactly everything that she tried to do to disrupt it to make sure I could not get there on time. She tried to arrange my grandmother's funeral. I think it was the day after she passed. But there was one problem. My grandmother had prepaid all her funeral arrangements, and part of it was in a life insurance policy, but I was the only person who could sign for them. That's the only reason why the funeral didn't occur before I could get there. And she wanted my grandmother's jewelry. She wanted everything, but she had signed all that stuff away years ago because Louisiana had a forced heirship law. Heirs could not be written out of a will. And they changed the law. And the first year that they changed it, she signed all her rights away. So everything my grandmother had came to me. But she wanted it all. But yeah, enough of that morbid stuff. But welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. Thursday morning, weekend's almost here. Time to start kicking back, relaxing, and I've had to start planning all the stuff I've got to do out in the yard. We're going to have a warm weekend here in Kansas, so I've got to go out there and pick up all the down tree limbs and things like that. Now, I got one tree limb that fell out of the tree from the ice storm about 2 weeks ago. Man, this thing is 10 feet long, and my little rat terriers are out there pulling at it, trying to drag it across the yard. They're just playing with it. They just love playing with it. There, I'm sure I forgot someone, but I'm sure I got most of the important people. And Freed, you're going to pay for that, man. You're going to pay for that. Auric is the one you're really going to pay for, though. Can't do much outside here. We have snow on the ground. We have not had a good snow on that's stuck to the ground for days in about 5 years. Man, before that, we'd have snow that would hit the ground and it would sit there for about a week before it melted. Now we get a dusting, we get an inch, get an inch and a half. The next day it's melted if it hasn't melted that same day. Sadoxy, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name. I know that's probably not how you say it, but Sadoxy, thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. And thank you very much for the follow, Sadoxy. We're going to go pop back over to Darian. Pick up another load here. How was your day? I am doing great. Thank you for asking. And don't bother listening to these other people, especially Emfried. All he wants to do is cause trouble. But today's going great, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Sorry, sir or ma'am. Sir, ma'am. Emfried, thank you very much for the 5 bits. Greatly appreciated. But that will not make up for that clip that you sent people. The food we ate yesterday tastes really good. Hey, was that the wild pig? I pulled out my smoker and I looked at it. The bottom's rusted out of it, so I need to get another one. We definitely have got to get another one. I wasn't aware that the bottom was rusted out until I pulled it out the carport and looked at it, and I could see right through to the ground. Besides that, I think something was living on in what's left of it. Good, good. Smoker. Smoker, a lot of times you put wood or barbecue briquettes in the bottom of it and you can smoke your meat. It tastes great. It tastes great. Worst thing is I don't remember how long ago I used mine, and I thought it was in better condition now. Because the outside of it always looked great. I didn't realize the inside of it had rusted out, and I didn't realize the bottom was completely gone. I'd have thrown it out years ago. Um, okay, did I misclick? Okay, I must have misclicked. That's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. Yes, I made beef tips and noodles with steamed broccoli for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds good. Come back up to try to avoid some of the heat of the sun. You're a Navy vet? That's cool. Yes, I am. Served a long time ago. I was in from 86 to 90. Uh, Slow Sweet, it did. It had a special little platform that you could put the briquettes on it so that they weren't riding across the bottom. But that entire section is completely gone. What was it like? It was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I saw things and did things that I probably never would have done otherwise. Visited foreign nations, had a lot of good times, and it helped me to find myself. Because at the time I got burned out on college and needed a major change, and that was exactly what I needed. Gave me focus, gave me perspective, gave me a lot of training, a lot of responsibility, and it taught me a lot about what I can do as a human. Let me get to our station here real quick. Wedge Camp. Yes, Impreed, that was 31 years ago. $35. Yeah, 35 years ago. What did you do? I wasn't a gunner. I was a what we called an operations specialist. I was a radar operator. I worked in the Combat Information Center, the CIC, which is the nerve center of the ship. The captain spent almost the entire time in there with us. We did all forms of surface, subsurface, and air radar operations, plotting, and planning. We kept track of everything that was moving around us. And there were some times where some of the things that were going on really scared the hell out of you, but it taught you teamwork to be reliant upon the people around you as well as yourself. That's where the lot of responsibility came in. It taught you to be calm and cool under pressure. You have a grill you can put in instead? No, Slow Swede. This thing is an odd size, and even the miniature grills won't fit in it. I tried looking. So cool, kind of like Morse code. No, not like Morse code. Something like that would have belonged to the radioman. Our job was, pretty much sitting there at a radar screen all day, every day, writing on plotting boards, keeping track of the ships around us, giving them target designations, determining if they were friend or foe, with their courses and distances, watching to make sure that they weren't shooting at us or shooting missiles at us. And there was really a lot to it. There was really a lot to it. Oh, there was a lot of training involved. There was a lot of training. But the military life isn't for everybody, and we saw quite a few people crack. I mean, big time crack. And some of them were taken off the ship, and we never saw them again. Hey, Rick MLC. Good day. How are you today? I would say good morning, but let's see. I believe it is good afternoon for you. Or is it good evening? Oh, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. And thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for the follow yesterday. Greatly appreciate it, sir. It's 11:15. Okay. Well, good evening to you and welcome in. Let's make sure we're actually stopping here. Oops. You just see what you called a tube from the grill to the smokehouse. You can have a cold smoker. See, ours, Slow Sweet, ours is small. It's portable. We don't have a permanent structure like you do. Ours we take in and out of the garage. So it's portable. These things don't cost very much. Maybe 60, 70 bucks. And that's our smokers. Now we could have built a permanent one, but with the dogs and all in the backyard, I really wouldn't want it back there. And I don't trust our neighbors to put it out front because I know that they'd steal it in a heartbeat. The food, that is. You sound a lot like the ex-military that knew from my work. Very chill under pressure. Yeah, believe me, when we were in, even though we weren't really involved with anything going on at that time, the time I was in, we were escorting reflagged Kuwaiti tankers in and out of the Persian Gulf when Iran and Iraq were firing at each other. And occasionally they decided that we just made some big juicy target. So their little speedboats would drive by and pepper the tankers and pepper us with machine gun fire. We'd return fire back at them, and with them being in little wooden boats, fiberglass boats, we wouldn't get much of a radar signature off of them. So there wasn't much we could do. And I remember one night that we had, am I English? I'm an American. And I had an officer one night who was fussing at me because I could not keep. England's a beautiful country. It really is. We had an officer one night who was fussing at us because I could not get the little speedboats on radar. Because unless they hit the top of a wave and the radar beam hit them, we couldn't detect them. And he was tired of them peppering the hull, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. And we had to pull the nighttime watches in to make sure that they wouldn't accidentally get shot. So, I mean, he was up there fussing us about it, and I asked him if he thought he could do a better job. He could sit at the radar scope and he could attempt to find them himself. Because I showed him, okay, here's one that popped up here, but if you notice, he's gone again. Well, why'd he disappear? Why can't you track him? Because he's below our radar beam, so we don't see him. So then he started saying I wasn't properly trained, I didn't know what I was doing, and all this other stuff. And I remember my division officer came up in there because one of the other guys went to go get him. And he came up in there and he just flat out told him, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm flying around and I haven't set the destination yet. That was good. Add something else that goes along with today. But yeah, I never told my mom any of that stuff. I'd come home, she wanted to know what I did. And it's like, we were on maneuvers. Yeah, that's it. We were on maneuvers. And that's right. No radar signature. My brother likes World War II a lot, watches a lot about it. Oh yeah, things were a lot different from when I was into World War II. PB Mac, my good friend, thank you for the 10 bits, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who PB Mac 36 is, he's a great friend of mine, great friend of this stream, great entertainer. If you don't know who he is, please click that link, go over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell alone, and make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. Man, this guy is amazing with his build jobs in 7 days to die. I'm doing great, sir. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling a lot better. I really hope you are. I really am. Yeah, Rick's half the time it was below the site or it was in a low part of a swell that we couldn't see, and we couldn't do anything about them. But thank you very much, PB. Thank you very much. And let me do something while I'm thinking about it because it completely slipped my mind. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick's MLC. We rated this good guy yesterday. Great streamer. Playing Elite Dangerous. Please go click that link and give him a follow. I want to thank him for being highly supportive here as well, just like we were in his community by giving him his first raid yesterday. So please go click that link, give him a follow, and make sure you tell him Astro sent you. So much better now. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the shout out, kind words. You're welcome, PB. You know, man, when you're sick like that, you got to be so careful when you come back. It doesn't take much to push yourself just a little too far. And I'm sorry, you missed another day from it, but I am glad to see you back, sir. I am glad to see you back. Glad to know you're better. So how's Mama Mac, Puppy Mac, the Mac kids? Hope your family's all doing well. You know, my little dogs are still addicted now to peanut butter Captain Crunch. All because I watched your little dog doing them one day and I had to go get them for mine. And now that's the only treats my dogs will eat: peanut butter Captain Crunch. Yep. You all doing good, keeping your heads above water? That is good to hear, sir. That is good to hear. Oh, mine do too. They all love it. I've got a couple of them that are really picky eaters and they're picky about what kind of treats we give them. But man, those things, they're not picky about them. They jump on them. I got one little girl who's very timid. She's got no problem about shoving her way up in there, shoving the boys out of the way to where she could get her share. And her share is everything on the floor. Mm-hmm. She even tries to take a couple of them out of the other's mouths. That's how much she loves them. We have to fuss at her to not do that because the boys just look at her like she's crazy. But they do. They completely love them. They love them. You know, with the COVID stuff going around, we've had problems here finding dog food for them because they're picky about what they eat. We've had problems finding the treats that they eat. But we can always go down the cereal aisle, pick that up, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And our little girls that are picky, if we don't have their particular food that they like, we just put a couple of those in there and they just gobble that up and they eat all the food. Never seen anything like it. Little lady, she only eats 3 flavors of food. That's all she wants. She doesn't like anything else. But we give her something else, drop in 4 or 5 of those, and boom, she devours everything. And she's the one who shoves all the boys out of the way and tries to get the Captain Crunch out of their mouth because she wants it. She got the Great Pyrenees mix. Penny, who's about 45 pounds, she got her on the ground one day. Little rat terrier got her on the ground, was wrestling with her, trying to get, you know, all the Captain Crunch away from her. It was a sight. We'd never seen her so active before. Got to look for a while. Full look mode engaged. Yes, sir, Mr. PB. And thank you very much for stopping in this morning, sir. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. What's wrong, Rix? It's only true. Everything I said about you was true, man. Everything I said was true. That shocked look on your face because you didn't know what was going on. Oh, yeah. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. You said you thought that was the first time you had been rated. I was lucky. I'm glad to do it to you, sir. Glad to do it for you. Not to you, for you. You have that right, even though I don't have a cam? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When I started streaming, I went 4 or 5 months before I turned the cam on because I've always had this thing about cameras. I've always hated them. I always hated having my picture taken. Auto racing. Ah, another good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in Auto Racing to the stream. Another great friend of mine. If you don't know who he is, click that link. Another one of the great world-class entertainers that I know personally. So please click that link, go over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell on, make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. And good morning, sir. Good morning. It was just what you said. I mean, we could tell the shock in your voice, like what's going on. It's like I said, I went a while before I turned my cam on. I really hated cameras. Always. Go and get my picture taken for my driver's license, school pictures, all that stuff. Yeah, I always shied away from the cameras. Always did. Always hated them. Always. How you doing this morning, Otto? Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, the beard's growing back since I shaved it off in September. Luckily, it grew back before the cold set in, for the most part. It was still a little short in November when we got our first snowfall. But, oh yeah, now that it's growing in, now we're not getting any snow. Everybody else all is. Me personally, I don't care whether I get it or not as long as it's cold. My dogs, they love it. I'm about to shave, but it's been nice here. No snow and 30 degrees. And my dogs just love the snow. They love going out and running around and playing in it and trying to eat it all. And Penny, the Great Pyrenees mix, her fur coat is so thick. She rolls around in it. She lays on it in her little belly, and it don't faze her. Everybody else, they run around and play in it and try to eat it, and they hurry up and run inside because they're shaking because they're so cold. But her, try to warn them when it's icy outside. She likes running around outside and stopping and just sliding across the ice. I honestly wish it would snow. Texas got more snow than North Dakota, and that's just messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Our snow here only lasts for overnight, if that long. It's just enough to turn everything into Raz Kenny, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Welcome in. Welcome to the Delta Fleece. Excuse me one moment. What are you whining for? Everybody's still sleeping except for you. Sorry, one of my dogs is back there whining. He's a big whiner. That's all he ever does. He's the oldest male. And you swear he's a little puppy the way he carries on. But yeah, Raz Kenny, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Delta Fleece. It's greatly appreciated. We have a 1-year-old Husky Black Lab puppy, and she loved the snow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I first moved up here to Kansas, my first dog, Roscoe, he was part lab, part Dalmatian. He'd never really seen it. And boy, he really took to it. He really took to it. Good morning, Raz Kenny. How are you doing today? Yeah, he would run around in it and play in it because he had never really seen it before. Because weather conditions have to be just perfect in Louisiana for snowfall. And my first 2 weeks up here, I had seen more snow than I had my entire life previously. Well, have a good day, Leo. Off to bed. Can't wait to hear from Jimmy and Ark. All right, Emfried, you take it easy, sir. Get yourself a good rest. Thanks for stopping in this morning. And I'll see you later on this afternoon. You doing good? Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Let's see. We're going to tilt up a little bit. Get away from this sun. Oh, yeah, Miss Emfried. My dogs all love it. And a lot of these dogs they don't like water. They don't. And Scooter, the one who was whining, he does not like getting a bath at all. Period. He doesn't. He can't stand it. But if it's raining outside, he goes, runs outside, stands in it, looks around, like, where's it coming from? And everybody else has run outside. They've done their business real quick. They run back in, and he's still standing out in it. But we throw him in the bathtub, and the world's coming to an end. We're just getting a little trading done this morning after a few cargo runs. A few cargo runs that had a few unexpected consequences, such as failing to load the cargo a couple times. Don't say it, Silver. Don't say it. I know you want to. I know you want to. See, I confessed. I said it. Ours is the same way. He hates bath time, but loves to play in the rain. He goes, ours have never really been swimming. We get them a little small wading pool in the summertime because it gets so warm. And to most of them, it's just a big water bowl. They'll get in it, or they'll stick their head in just enough to drink, and that's it. Now, Tip, one of the rat terriers, he'll get in there, he'll stick his head under the water and splash everybody and makes them run. Yeah, it's fun doing it. Yeah, Silver, you're far from innocent. Dude, you're far from innocent. Between your comments and Imfried making that clip and sending it around where I said I was 198. Yeah. But he splashes everybody. My wife used to have a Brittany Spaniel, and we put out his little swimming pool, and he'd always get in it, lay in it, roll around in it. He loved it. He runs through the sprinkler. I tried that. I tried to get one of those kids sprinklers where they could run between the different little the left and right side rails that had water spraying up onto them. Nope, they ran from it. They ran from it. Ended up giving it to the neighbor's kids because the dogs wouldn't get anywhere near it. They ran from it and were whimpering. So, like, okay, well, that was $15. Gave it to the neighbor's kids. He was outside playing with it. Hey, at least it got some use. And the Brittany Spaniel used to lay in it, and all you'd see was his little head sticking out, and he looked like a little alligator. He was cute the way he used to do it. But that dog was an escape artist. He was good. When I first moved up here, she had a 6-foot tall chain link pen to put him in. And I watched him one day climb it. I mean, he climbed it, got up to the top, jumped down, and just took off running to go see his girlfriend 3 or 4 blocks away. So we put a top on it, keep him in. Nope. He started grabbing at the links at the bottom and found a way to separate them. And he tore the entire bottom part of the pin apart so he could get out and go see his girlfriend. It was all pretty good. You know, he was AKC registered, so they didn't really have an issue with it, except the fact that they really didn't want to breed their girl. And then all of a sudden he came over one day with a box of puppies and said, "Here, these are yours." Like, we had 4 puppies. So we brought BJ to the porch to show him his kids, and he was doing one of these little, he'd look in the box, he'd look away like, "They're not mine. They're not mine." Big dog. Man, we lived in Louisiana. He loved the rain. He loved it. But when it flooded, his chain allowed him, because we lived on a major highway, we had to keep him chained when we let him out of his dog pen. He didn't seem to mind it. Stuff would float up to the top of the ditch and he'd pull it up over. And if it was a piece of paper, he'd pull it there and he'd sit and wait. And if we didn't pick it up within 5 minutes, he shredded it. He did that with everything. But he loved his little dog pen in the summertime because it had a roof. It had fans built in. His doghouse had curtains so that we could pull closed in the wintertime to keep him warm inside. He'd pull his little blankets out to lay in the sun when it was cold. And when he got too cold, he'd go pull them back in his doghouse. Oh, he had everything. The only problem was that when we had the brownouts, he'd come to the door and he'd start barking and complaining to us to get our attention. And when we'd look outside and tell him what, because we knew it was a brownout, he'd look at us and look at his fan. And he'd look at us and he'd look at his fan, like tell us his fan wasn't working. He wanted it working. So all we could do was sit there and laugh at him. He loved ice cubes. Boy, he loved ice cubes. My grandma would pitch him ice cubes and he would just run outside, sit there and just crunch them. That was the thing that kept him cool. He loved all that stuff. He loved it all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it is that time this morning. Time for me to unfortunately start the day, get the wife up, get the dogs outside, start getting them fed, run a couple errands I have to do this morning. So let's go see who we're going to go pay a visit to this morning. Just the man. Just the man. Great guy, great friend of mine, Mr. Grizzled Eagle. He's currently playing some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So let's go share the love with him. And thank you all for stopping in. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Greatly appreciate everything. And I appreciate all of y'all stopping by. I will be back at 5 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. Hope to see y'all then. And until that time, take care, be safe, have a great day.